Since I already made a video about Mackenzie Shirilla and, News 19 leaking all the disciplinary she's got since she's been behind bars, I started thinking about how that would affect her parole. That's the video right there. I titled it Shirilla, Queen of Contraband. And then I started thinking about Gypsy Rose Manson. I remember that she has over 100 pages of conduct violation reports and seized mail from when she was in prison. And you would think with her having so many disciplinaries, it would have affected her getting released on parole, but it did not. So let's go through some of these disciplinaries that she received while she was locked up in Missouri. These are courtesy of Into the Weeds. And I understand when it comes to mail, maybe she can't prevent who sends her what, but there's still a bunch of really messed up things. Okay, the minor things were magazines. She was always getting magazines seized, censored magazines, another censored magazine that was destroyed, some sort of censored paperback book. And I would like to point out that the dates are on every one of these reports, and you can see right here where Gypsy signed them. This was another Cosmopolitan magazine that was destroyed. It was as if someone on the outs had a subscription and they were sending them to her every month to be destroyed. This one's from September 2020, and it says Smex Toys. Another Cosmo. February 4th, 2020, a sexually explicit letter. The top one was consent to interview with an attorney. The one in the middle was for Category 6 media. This one just says depicts or describes information detrimental to the offender's rehabilitation, destroyed. More sexually explicit materials. The top one is where Gypsy interviewed with Fuji TV. And then we have sexually explicit materials again, 2017. More of the same. The bare-chested child card has always been a curious one. Sexually explicit drawing, 2016. This is a conduct violation report where Gypsy had somebody else call her family. The pen of offender Billy Williamson was being used. A minor one for trading stamps. See, before Gypsy was in prison and during, stamps were probably still considered currency. This one is where Gypsy Manson was observed to be wearing a ring on her finger. She gets like 3 of these, I think. After checking this offender's personal property list and finding she did not have such an item listed, she was removed from the visiting area where the ring was removed and property removal was issued. So she lost her visit. She has a whole bunch of extra duty assignments from getting in trouble. This is from when Gypsy failed to quarantine properly. This one is for her sending sexually explicit emails. It says approximate time while processing outgoing censored emails. It was discovered that offender Blanchard was attempting to mail out sexually explicit emails. Below you can see where they confiscated a silver ring from Gypsy. Again, Gypsy was even getting tattoos in there, possibly having a new tattoo. Offender Blanchard was asked about a new tattoo, and she admitted to doing a K on her right ankle. Offender Blanchard stated she used a needle and pencil shavings. Look, basically the rules in prison is that you're not supposed to touch other people, and the reporting officer observed offender Blanchard and her visitor engaging in an open-mouth kiss. She was charged with disobeying an order. Look, y'all, Gypsy has always had an issue with authority. She does not like to be told what to do. The way I look at all this, these are the things that Gypsy got caught doing. So imagine the stuff she got away with. And if she had so many infractions, why was she paroled so fast? And I get it, y'all. There's no escape attempts or schmurders or anything like that. But she was snitching on women in there. She was telling on women for having the tree. And she was falsely accusing other inmates of rape. Comment your thoughts below.